Good morning and welcome to my presentation on helping students realize their learning norms. I'm going to talk to you about student input and student engagement. Students will be more engaged in the learning process if they're connected and have buy-in to this process. One way to gain student buy-in is to involve students in the classroom and developing the classroom norms. Classroom norms is the agreements that students and teachers develop together as to how they will treat each other and the ways they act in the classroom and the classroom community. The purpose of these norms is to promote community within the classroom and to set high academic standards to get the best out of the students. Are classroom norms important? Most definitely. Norms are different than the classroom rules as they're developed with the student input. Relationships and community is built through discussion, getting to know each other, and valuing each other. Developing these norms and revisiting them often so they are refreshed and everyone knows the importance of them. If you have student buy-in, student development, students will be more apt to hold each other accountable, hold themselves accountable, and follow these directions. What are student expectations? Just as we have high expectations on our students, students have high expectations on the school. Although we don't do a great job clarifying these expectations with the students, these expectations are what keeps the students come to school and engaged in learning each day. Students do have their expectations for school and for what they expect to get each day. That's why they're there. There are 10 school expectations that we're going to go over now. The first one is relationship. Relationship is the student just another face in the crowd, or does the teacher know something about the student? To me, relationship is the most important and the key to student success. What can we as educators do for relationships? Make it a point to say something directly to them each day, to each student. Let them know that they were missed if they're gone. Find something interesting about them and talk to them about it outside of academics. Seek them out in the hallways before or after school just to say hi. Just do something to develop that relationship. Make them feel connected to you, to school. Make them feel like they're noticed. Relevance. How does this apply to the students in the real world? What can we do as educators to make this happen? Relate the lessons to the real life situation. Make the students relate it to real life situations. Make sure that it's meaningful to the students. Time. Can students learn at their own pace, or do they have to be on the same pace as all their peers? We all know that each student learns differently. What can educators do? We can allow for students to work at their own pace, create groups that work at similar paces, and provide time that is needed so that no one feels they are too slow. Timing. Do students have to learn at the same time, or can they learn as it's important to them? As educators, we can develop individualized learning plans for students, develop small groups that can learn at the same pace, or give students options to work so that they can come back to the work that they did not grasp at first. Play. Is a student able to explore, learn, and make mistakes in order to learn what they're supposed to learn? What can we do as educators? We can do project-based learning, give choices in assignments, practice the skills in different ways so that we're hitting all the different learning techniques and learning styles, practice skills through games and play, and then practice skills through different types of learning skills. Practice. Do students learn something and then move on, or do students get the opportunity to practice these skills? What can we do as educators? We can teach the skills in themes so that they can learn the skills over and over. Have modules so that the students can practice the skills within the work of the modules before they move on. choice, do each students have to take the same path, or do students have a say-so in how they learn? What can we do as educators? We can set up units for students to work through to set their own learning path, give students choices and assignments such as they learn the same skills. Authenticity. Is this learning important outside the school to others or what others do? Explain to the student how this relates to the real world. Bring the experts in the area to make it a more real world experience. Challenge. Does the student feel challenged, or are they just completing an assignment to check the box? As educators, we can provide different levels of assignments for different levels of learners, provide enhancement opportunities for students or groups that may benefit from the more challenging work, and reach each student at their level with the accommodations and supports that they need to be successful. Application. Are students able to apply what they learn in real life settings? What can we do as educators? Provide examples of real life settings, set up guest speakers or job shadowing opportunities to go with the lessons, explore students' interests and help them connect the interest to the lesson. So those are the 10 expectations. As far as the standard correlation, as an educator, if we support students in learning their norms and being an active participant in their own education process, then we have their buy-in into their educational process. This buy-in allows the students to achieve success easier as they want to feel the success as they have ownership into their own education. This is why I believe it's also important that students feel connected to the community and school in order for them to be successful at school. How is this assignment relevant to what I'm doing? This assignment gave me a good understanding of the learning norms. I was able to take an in-depth look at the expectations. This can help me in my current learning to help students understand their norms and the impact on their education. This will also help me as I continue in my learning journey, as I can use this in to further my journey in my personal education. Reflection. As this assignment will have a big impact on me as a leader in education in the future, I love the idea of using students to help create the classroom norms and expectations for the school. The more buy-in and connection students can have, the more success students will be. I already have an idea that I can't wait to use within the school. I work with a student leadership group right now at school, and I want to work with them on defining some of the school norms and the classroom norms just to get their input and see what they say. So I'm already ready to put this lesson into action here within the next month or two. So I'm excited to get that started. Finally, here are my references, and thank you for taking the time to listen, and I hope you have a great day.